Welcome to another episode of Josh and Kelly.
If you saw our video last week, you knew that we were in a little village in Maine called Five Islands, where we found some excellent lobster rolls and even managed to find some blueberry pie afterwards. So we're going to pick up with us as we travel a little bit further afield from there.
Well, good morning. We are in Bath. We stayed here again last night after our finally attaining some proper
Turn right
blueberry
onto Center
pie.
Street.
And we've just been to the gym, and we are actually headed to Walmart, believe it or not.
In a quarter
We
mile,
are,
turn left onto Congress Avenue.
Morning.
We're going to go and get some things. This is, I think, the last Walmart in terms of heading north in Maine, and probably therefore on the whole East Coast. So we're going to go and get a few things, and then probably hit the laundromat this afternoon. And then after that, we are thinking of going to a beach nearby for
That's
the
right,
evening.
a beach.
That's right, a beach. Again, this will be the third time I've taken you to a beach in Maine.
I think it's only two. Oh.
Yeah, three. Three
Take the second
times.
left onto Congress
Keep
Avenue.
saying it's when to go to a beach now. This is the third time taking it to a beach. So yeah, that's our plans, and we will see how easy it is to park at the beach, because we were told by a guy in the gym that if you don't get there before 10 a.m., the parking lot's full. Which might be okay, because we're thinking of going in the evening,
In a quarter mile,
not
at the traffic
in the
circle,
morning,
take the first
and
exit
therefore
on the state
hopefully everybody
road.
will be leaving as opposed to coming, and we'll have a spot. That's the theory. We'll find out when we get there, but that's kind of the thinking. We'll see. But for now, we're headed to Walmart. All right, we are leaving Walmart, heading to hopefully a very close laundromat, because this is madness around here. There are people and cars everywhere. I just was in Walmart grabbing a couple of last minute things, and the line for self-checkout went all the way through and past the fruit and veg section. So if you know typical Walmart layout, like that's a long line. There's just people everywhere. I think everyone's trying to get their shopping done before the 4th of July. But anyway, so we're heading for the laundromat. All right, so Kelly and I know you can see her back there, she's in the dark, but we are having a frustrating afternoon. A few different things. One of the biggest ones at the moment is water, getting water. So we were at one service station, I filled up with fuel, and they had no water tap. So I come to a different service station, they've got a water tap. Asked them if they could use it. We came back here, we went to hook up, and there's no handle on the tap, so we can't turn the water off. The person on the counter is going to have no idea where the handle is, so it's not even worth asking them. So we got to find another place. Now we did stop. There's a water, bulk water purification station just down the road that they charge for it, of course. It's like 25 cents a gallon or something like that. So
Maybe we need to go back there.
maybe, I'm going to see what else we can find first. And if not, we can go back there. It's always the last resort. It's open 24/7, so that's not that big a deal. We can get water. But I'd like to get it for free if we can. So that's my that's my challenge now. Kelly's still unwinding from a long day and a tough week.
I feel cranky.
So we're getting ice cream. We have not been able to find water. Went to another place, and this one did not have a handle for their water faucet either. So we're gonna go back to the water dispensers to get some.
I was like,
We're
this
gonna
is,
end up paying like $7 or $8 for water, which
it's not bad. I mean, it's
Rubs me the
25
wrong
cents,
way.
30 a gallon.
if we're in the middle of desert, like we're in Arizona, I got no problem. It was cheaper there. It was much cheaper there.
I'm surprised, but at this point, like, I made some broccoli salad and chicken salad at lunch. And, like, there's dishes and pans, and I just used that and washed her bowl, and I used all this water, and like I just want to like get to the beach or relax or something. So I was like, this back and forth, all the, you know, like how much will it be? 25 cents, 30 gallons. Our tank's 40, but we probably have
Our tank is 50.
50. I always get that wrong.
We probably
Do you think we need 40 now?
no,
30 gallons. So
probably
like
30 gallons.
$7. Like let's just do it. So, but I had all this stuff drying, and then I was trying to do stuff to utilize time, and then he was driving, which I shouldn't be doing, but things were flying, and I couldn't get things back. I was just like throwing stuff.
She was getting cranky. So there was a short-term fix. There's a long-term fix. The short-term fix was chocolate.
I ate 4 Reese's cups.
The long-term fix is ice cream.
I'm stress eating. And he's like, let's get ice cream. And I'm like, well, just so you know, I just ate the last 4 Reese's cups. Oh, he says, not just 4,
Not
but
just
the,
4, the last 4.
It didn't save him any. Like, I was just like, which is funny because, like, I'm not always a stress eater, but today I really was. I don't know. So, there you have it. That's the raw deal there.
That's the unfiltered, unedited.
Josh is very good about it. He
All
just
right, here's the ice cream.
he said
fix.
to me, "Are you done having your tantrum?" And I just busted up laughing. I was kind of having a tantrum. Ah! I'm gonna back up. Ooh,
Guess the entrance was
missing that turn.
not very well.
All right, so now
We
we're gonna
almost
ice cream.
missed it.
I'll let you know if it improves my disposition any.
All right, ice cream's in hand.
I continued my theme of peanut butter. It's a chocolate peanut butter cup. It literally has chunks of peanut butter and Reese's in it, and then chocolate ice cream. So, fingers crossed it improves my disposition. I mean, there's really nothing to be that upset about or aggravated. You know how you just get sometimes and you're just, Oh. Big chunks of chocolate. Reese's cup.
I got a raspberry sundae, which is great, and had marshmallow on it. But they put peanuts on it, which I was not expecting. And I'm not a big fan of crushed peanuts on stuff. I'm not a big peanut fan anyway, but crushed peanuts and stuff, especially not at an ice cream place, because I know that the crushed peanuts are coming from some factory somewhere, so they're stale as anything. Besides the fact that I just don't like them, so it's all right.
Sophie's doing better. We're still feeding her the chicken and rice, but we did get her a pup cup. They had an option of peanut butter, vanilla, ice cream, or whipped cream. I did get her the ice cream. Last week when she was getting sick and we bought her some, she wouldn't even touch it, which that's when I knew we had to take her to the emergency room. But
That was one of our deciding factors, actually.
yeah. Her bowels are still on their way, not quite normal, but her appetite's definitely back.
She's much improved. I think she's only got another day or so of her antibiotic meds too, so she's
I think tomorrow morning.
she's almost done the whole course, so she should be good. She's definitely got all of her energy and cheekiness back. As she sits there trying to eat the ice cream out of the bowl. So, all right, off to water. And just as we're getting ready to go, some dark clouds are rolling in, so hopefully we're not going to do the water in the rain. That's no fun.
Water in the water.
Yeah, that's no fun. So here we are at the water store. Oh, there's a rainbow right here too. See that? Because it's been raining. As you can see, the ground is soaking wet. It was raining on us as we were filling with water. So we are just a little bit wet. Only a few drops on us, but it's kind of absorbed in. We're kind of
Glasses got so
wet and sticky now. So
This is chilly.
yeah, on to the next thing, which I think we're going to have to find ourselves a spot so we can get organized. Because at the moment we're not organized. Kelly's work stuff is still up. I normally take all that down right after she's done, but we've been so go to one thing to the next. I haven't touched it, so I need to take all that down.
I need to sweep
And-
everything out.
Yeah, we need to give it a bit of a clean and all that. So yeah, we're gonna find some place to do that.
So we did laundry today. I gotta put my laundry away. And then some stuff got piled up here. I did have to get these dishes away. This table has to put down. Oh, I don't need to see my bra hanging up there. Oh gosh. Okay, that got there. So, anyway.
What are you looking for?
I'm just showing them what I gotta sweep up.
Oh.
It's not too much, but it's just a little tidy up we have to do at the end of the day.
We really need to do a tidy up in preparation for tonight and the weekend and all that for sure.
It's not like, you know, when you have a big house and you have a lot to do. It doesn't take
No,
long.
it's not a big house. But it does constantly get dirty.
Yeah.
And it takes multiple cleanings a day. So. All right, I'm going to find ourselves a spot where we can pull off and do all this work. Okay?
The sun's back out, that's nice.
Yeah, now that we're done being outside. Now that we're soaked.
We're just whinging about everything today. We need to start our gratitude list pretty soon here. That's not perfect, but that's Sophie's little baby that she found, and she just loves it. We do still have a lot of stuff here, but it's much neater. My work stuff is at the bottom for the weekend, and then this is this cushion I sit on. It's a really nice cushion, and then this is for my back. A little pillow, memory foam. So, this is all down. I scrubbed the floors, swept it out, vacuumed, cleaned out all the floors, dusted a little bit up front. Sophie's resting. There's my chauffeur. And I did leave some food out in these cups that are drying, but mostly everything else is put away. So we cleaned out the sink. So yeah, a little tidy up. We'll have to do it again in 2 hours, but that's it for now.
Nice and fresh. All right, so where are we, Kelly?
At the end of the world.
This is a place near Popham Beach, and this is like a fort back here that I'm going to give you a little tour of. So this is the fort, which I'm going in, and you'll see here by the gate there's a sign, and that's the reason why it is just me and not Kelly and Sophie with me, because it says very big, bold sign right here that says no pets allowed on the playground. So she's not allowed in there. So I'm going to come and show you this fort while Kelly walks Sophie. We're going to try and kill two birds with one stone before it gets dark. So this was, wow, a big stone fort. You can see here all these big rooms and chambers. So yeah, interesting. So just come up the stairs in this little turret area. I don't know if you can see it here in the dark, but there's that's a dark stairwell down there. And anyways, that's what they tell you to use. So that's what I used. And why this has got layers of brick like this, I'm not quite sure. But maybe this was underlying stone slabs that went across it, and the stone slabs are no longer there. Really kind of hard to tell. But anyway. Alright, this little window out, it's got a huge steel plate in front of it. And this one does too, obviously, to block from enemy attacks, kind of like shutters there. There's more of them as we go down and around. I don't know if they're all there or not. It's nice if we can find one that's open so we can see out. So I'm gonna keep walking. Aha, aha. I thought I'd seen one from below. Here we are. This is the view of the fort. It's a nice view. Nice view. And you can see right here in the, that's where the shutters kind of went in and latched into. So it's pretty strong and hefty. And this little hole here. Maybe that's where a gun mount was. Hard to tell. But that's a good view. All right, this staircase is a lot more lit. I guess because it's open at the top here, it's a lot easier to see where I'm going and what I'm doing. It is a spiral staircase of what I'm assuming is just granite slabs. Oh, all right. Well, it goes up here, and I guess they have stopped it and they block you off. It's pretty incredible. The other one looks like it's not blocked off. I may have to try that because I can't really see much, but I have to find out a little bit more as well. You can see over here it's in less repair. Some of the bits have fallen off the top, but I wonder why it was built and when. I'll see if I can find out. So I'll come over to the staircase, and the way up is barred and locked. So nothing to see up there. So I'm gonna go so I can find some history of this place. All right, here's a sign. Tells you a little bit about the fort. It was from the Civil War, 1861. Yeah, interesting. So it's pretty amazing. I mean, talking about guys with, no modern machinery, using horse and carts, hauling these huge stones to build this stuff. That's incredible. So I have reunited with Kelly and Sophie. And we're just walking along here, and it's beautiful. It's very picturesque. But I don't know if it's because of the rain or what, but there's a lot of mosquitoes.
I'm concerned we're not going to be able to park with everything so much.
Yeah, and that's a possibility.
Two little spots that don't have a sign, but everywhere else says the park is.
Yeah.
And the beaches.
And then the other issue is that they talk about there's no dogs on the beach, so
it's a threat to the children and health of humanity.
Yeah.
Dog waste.
So it might be an issue. Might have to find an alternative.
It's a shame, but I guess we can always come back tomorrow during the day.
Yeah, but it is beautiful, picturesque.
Remember that one guy said you got to get there before 10. I can see now why there's hardly any parking.
And look at the view here. So there's the fort we were just in. But look, the view and all those houses across there is beautiful. So we are just leaving the Popham historic area in Popham Beach. Not the beach on the left, on the right, sorry. It was the beach on the left. But
it's a cute little town, but
we're still killing the muzzies just from opening the door to get in. They're carrying us off. It's like the main state bird up here.
But we did a walk around like the whole island, and there's like every 5 minutes, even painted on the ground and signs, no parking, no parking, no parking. And the beach is small, look cute, but definitely, like as we said earlier, no dogs allowed. So even if we found a place to park, we wouldn't really be able to enjoy our stay or visit tomorrow. So we're gonna work on plan B, which happens.
We are experts on plan B. All right, good morning.
Independence Day.
Yeah. We are doing something different, going away from where we are. So we are in Maine, in Bath, and we've been in this area for a few days now. And we have decided to go to the White Mountains in New Hampshire and go for a hike through some waterfalls because the weather is nice.
Turn right onto the rail to Brunswick,
is,
then merge onto US 1 South.
The high is supposed to be 72 today. It's lovely and clear. It's not humid. There's a light breeze. Like, it's good for being out and being in a hike because it's been so hot and stuffy all these other days. So yeah, it's like the day to do it. So we're doing it.
So excited. It's been, I don't know,
A long time since we've been for a good
a
hike.
few weeks at his dad's, another week at home, another week here. And I was like, I don't know, like I kind of wanted to find another beach, but then I was like, the idea of hiking. We said yesterday, no, it's too hot, but then this
Today
morning
is
it's
not.
72. And
Well, 72 is the high. It was 64 when I walked south this morning. It's only 66 now. So that's, Those are nice temperatures. We like them.
Beautiful waterfalls it shows, and nice views. And so,
Yeah.
yeah.
We're gonna do that.
We can get some footage and maybe bring the drone in. So.
Yeah, we're definitely gonna take the drone because there's a cliff face or something we're gonna go to. So anyway,
Woo-woo!
yeah, we're
This is my happy no work 4th of July go hiking face. Woo-woo!
yeah, we're gonna hopefully alleviate our hike deprivations of adventure. So yeah, that's what we're doing today. So if you can hear those sirens in the background, they're not for us. We are going through a little small town, and we've been stopped in traffic for like 10 minutes now, and I think there's having a parade up here, and their emergency services or whatever, all of them are out, and all of them have got their sirens and lights going.
Sounds like it's going off a little bit farther away now.
Yeah, I think it went down a side street over there to our left. But so yes, we're just waiting for this parade to finish so we can get on our way. We're only like 15 minutes away from where we're going, but we've been sitting here for almost that long, just waiting for.
I thought I was going to be
them
able
to
to
release
say,
us down here.
I
but
went to a parade today.
Yeah.
I thought they're going to drive by our van.
I don't think so. But there's a there's only one road through this town, so we can't go out and around.
Yeah.
We went through another town that had a parade, and we were able to go out and around it. Not so much this one. So we wait for it to pass, and then we can go. Looks like we might be going free.
I thought maybe we'd see some of the parades. I don't know.
So hopefully all the sirens have stopped and the parade is finished and we can get on with our lives. So we've just pulled up here to our parking spot, and here comes the train. It's a scenic railway train. And yeah, it was a bit unexpected. All right, here we are at the parking lot. You see there in the background, that's the cliff up there that we're going to be going to. And Kelly's worried about how we're going to get to it. We'll get to it. Don't worry.
Get to it. Are we going to get up there?
We will. We will indeed. All right, here's the start of the Arethusa Trails up to the falls. And for the moment at least, Soph's on a leash.
It's surprisingly chilly.
It's nice.
We haven't been chilly in so long.
Yeah, but we're going uphill for a little ways, so we'll work it up with some body heat for sure. So we are approaching. We can hear it. So I imagine it's gonna be loud when we're closer, but we're getting there. All right. There's the falls. It's nice. I think it's over 65 feet continuous, which it is. Beautiful.
have seen from that footage there, the drone footage, that was spectacular falls, beautiful. And we didn't spend a whole lot of time there because there were people and dogs everywhere. So we're going to keep going to the cliffs, which I think will be vacant of people, is my guess. I think everybody's coming up here to the falls, but it's a much longer track. Like the falls is a 3-mile round trip. It's just a 1.5 miles up here. But where we're going to go to the cliffs and back around is almost 6 miles. So I have a feeling that people are going to not do that. And we have yet to see anybody who looks like they're really prepared to do that in terms of their footwear and all the rest of it. So I'm hoping we're going to have that trail to ourselves. All right, I don't know if you can see it. This trail is like straight down.
It's steep.
So I'm gonna pan perfectly level and show you how this trail goes. So here's the trail, but the trail goes up and up and up and up the side of this mountain. It's actually very steep, very, very steep. All right, so we have finally made it to the cliffs proper, and you can see, I don't know if you can see it, but down here, down there is the parking lot. We can actually see the van. We can see the van from here. And way over here, I don't know if you can see that on here, but in here is the waterfall. We can just see the top of it there as it cascades down. That's where we've come from. So we're going full circle with the idea being of getting all the way back down to the van. So,
Hi.
we're on our way down, and Kelly might be taking the fast route the way she's going.
I walked behind him and slipped.
So we're on our way down, and I think it's pretty steep. And from what the trail description said, and from what looking at the map, it looked kind of steep. So we probably won't film very much going down, but it's been a nice walk. What do you think so far?
I'd say definitely moderate.
It's a moderate
level.
walk, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah,
Lot
some
of
real steep
uphill.
bits and all that, and it's really rough underfoot. So, but lovely and enjoyable. It's been a perfect day for it.
Yeah. So it's so great to be out here
Yeah.
again. So I missed it.
Yeah. So now we get to go back to the van and see if we can find ourselves a spot for the night where we can shower. So we were just coming down a fairly steep bit with some wet rock, and Kelly took a tumble. Look, the thing's all dirty.
I'm filthy.
She's filthy. Do a pirouette. Turn around so we can see. She's got all over her backside, her bum down
Look
there.
at my leg. My glasses are all wet and dirty, muddy.
Yeah. And
The only thing that hurts is I scrape my hand and my elbow.
yeah. And
But I had the GoPro in my left hand and it's still okay.
but what I was really concerned about was one, her physical injury, but secondly, she dropped the bear spray out of her pocket. And if that had punctured the can, we'd all be covered in bear spray right now. Which means we'd be for hours waiting for it to clear because we wouldn't be able to see a thing. So I'm glad of that at least. And it also lets me know that for the future, I'll bring my backpack and I'll carry the bear spray.
This is the first time we haven't had our backpacks. We left them.
Yeah, we've done a bit of a clean out because the van was for sale. So we did a really big clean out and put a lot of things in storage. And this was just such a quick, easy trip up to Maine. We weren't really thinking that we were going to be doing any hiking like this. We thought we'd be on the coast, and so we didn't pack the backpacks. So they're at home in storage, and
That's why we're carrying everything today.
yeah, that's what we're carrying things. But that's fine. We're still doing fine. But it just means that from, for the next time, we're we're going to change that. So here's one of the cliff faces. We're down the bottom of it now and coming across it. There's water dripping down it, but it's not actually a waterfall or anything like that. Just a little bit of water steeping through the rocks that's coming down. But we are heading down this very steep incline down this little ravine here. So, but
I'm not gonna fall again.
better not. Yeah.
It's so muddy.
And you have Miss Soph, who just goes bounding along anywhere, doesn't care. Here we are, home again. Now we're gonna see, if we look up, see the cliffs where we were, right up there, through those trees, right up there, where we came from. Wow, amazing. But, all right, it's time to get in, away from these mosquitoes and get on the move.
It's our first time really hiking through New Hampshire or exploring any part of it other than just driving through it. And I was trying to capture that mountain up ahead, but it kind of got...
It's nice. We like it.
Yeah,
I mean, it
it's
reminds us
very
a lot
nice.
of Vermont, but of course we are right next door to Vermont, so that would be really the reason why. But yeah, it's nice.
It was a pretty strenuous hike today. It ended up being over, 4 hours. A lot of up and down. But it was really good to be out there again and see the mountains.
You're long overdue for a hike, that's for sure.
Found a spot right here. Back up into the forest. There's no trailhead. I think we're going to be able to shower here privately. I don't know, that might be a trail. But here we are. White Mountain National Forest in New Hampshire. Good morning.
Good morning. We still are half asleep if you can't tell. Hair everywhere and bleary eyes.
I think we showed you our spot last night. It was a really nice spot. We were able to shower here, no problem. And we each were the lookout, but there was a lot of privacy back there. And slept well. It's nice to wake up in the forest with all the trees.
Wait a minute.
I said it's not quite the Grand Canyon view.
No. Go back to the whole, we slept well.
Oh, I had to wake Josh up to turn the heater on. I know that sounds crazy.
The heater in July.
My nose was so cold. Sophie had me so crowded out. I had this on backwards. I had my arms in it with the hood over my face and nose and then I couldn't get the covers over me because she kept.
It was such nice sleeping.
I said to him this morning, I'm like, thanks for turning on. I know you probably could have used.
So we got up. I don't know what time it was. My guess is probably somewhere between 4 and 5 a.m. And since we haven't run the heater for a little while, matter of fact, we haven't run it since Arizona.
I meant to ask you, did it take more than one run?
So it took a couple of runs to get it going, just because it takes a while to re-prime the fuel line, that's all. So it took a little while to do that, but we did that.
It was like music to my ears when I heard it running.
Yeah, and I'm there throwing off all the covers and stuff, She's like, oh, it was so cold. I'm like, it was comfortable.
I don't know, because he was joking, like when we were in Arizona, I would get up and it'd be like 58 degrees and I wouldn't turn on the heat. I think I acclimatized to that, and now it's been so hot, I'm like, oh, I can't stand it. 65 anymore.
Yeah. It was 64 degrees out this morning and she wants the heater on.
It's cold enough. I don't know what it was in here, but
anyway, it was warm enough that an hour and a half later, something like that, Sophie got me up like 6:30 and she and I went out for a walk, and I was in shorts and t-shirt.
I still have my hoodie on.
Anyways, continue. I just wanted to clarify the whole it was a nice night's sleep thing, because our definitions sometimes get a little different.
So now it's morning. We're heading to a place to use facilities, and then we're gonna head back here to the White Mountain Forest and find another hike to do today. It's like Saturday, so it's exciting. It's a day off, and waking up to the trees, and the forest is really, really nice.
It was actually nice waking up here. It was quiet and peaceful. Because at night, because this road is called Hurricane Mountain Road, because there's a mountain called Mount Hurricane just up here, but it's paved, but this is probably the steepest, windiest paved road I've been on. Like there's some spots where it's really, really steep. Like the van's kicking down the first gear to get over it. Like it's really, and there's a sign down the bottom that says that for large vehicles and RVs don't use the road. And I can imagine, an RV or something, that would have some difficulty. Now, thankfully, we're not an RV and we have no problem. But it was, it's a very steep, windy road, and but we may come back to this spot. We're still debating.
Yeah.
Because there's a hike. There's something called, I think, Black Mountain or something nearby, and at the very top, we came in this way as well. We saw there was a parking lot there at a trailhead that you can walk up Black Mountain, but it's only like a mile long. So like it's a 2-mile return walk. But I think from here there's a little old kind of logging road that leads at the back from where we parked. And Sliffy and I hiked it this morning for a little bit, but I have a feeling it may connect up with some of the trails that are there. Yeah, because that little road is not on any maps, including Gaia. All the trails are on Gaia, but that road is not. So regardless, I think we get close enough to be able to kind of forge our way and join up with an actual proper trail. I don't think it's going to be too much of an issue. We can go from here, and it's a little bit of a longer walk from here because of that, and there's a lot more up because we're only maybe halfway up the mountain, whereas the actual proper trailhead is kind of most of the way up, so there's not a whole lot of uphill hiking, but there is from here. So
I get to decide in the next 20 minutes how much I'm up for.
Yeah, Kelly gets to decide how much exercise we're getting today. Okay, so this is breakfast. We found ourselves a fantastic bakery, and
Josh is a very bad influence on my eat. I like to blame him for everything.
So this is a cinnamon roll.
Doesn't it look amazing?
This is a blackberry scone. So is that. And then we had to stop, and we got a little breakfast sandwich. So this is a couple of eggs and sausage on a muffin, and comes with a side of fruit. And this should get us energized for our long walk. Right, Kelly?
Yeah, we like to
Is that how we're justifying it?
our overindulgence because we exercise. But this sandwich does look amazing.
Yeah, I think the sandwich would be good.
I've never had blackberry scones. I know Josh says it differently, but because he spent all those years in Australia.
Because they're scones. But anyway, we will try these things out and see.
Oh my gosh, the sandwich is so hot. Look at that.
Yeah, that sandwich is fresh out of the kitchen, so it's gonna be very hot.
And
you might have to start with a chocolate chip cookie, as only Kelly can have for breakfast. We'll try something so you can tell us what it's like.
Try something?
Mm-hmm. Is that gonna be well? Kelly's got a mouth like asbestos, so she can eat that piping hot stuff, and it doesn't really stop her or affect her. Unlike the rest of the world, which is, you'd be flaying the skin off the top of your mouth if you ate it.
Sometimes it does, but I just am too impatient.
All right, so that's the blackberry scone you're having now. How's that?
Very good.
All right. So made some good choices, did we? All right, excellent. So we're going to eat these things and then get on the trail.
In case you were wondering, we did eat every single morsel. I was even going to save the chocolate chip cookie.
We ate it all.
It was so good. And we talked about that place, Arts in Erie, PA, which to date had been our most favorite. But I think...
Yeah, this Old World Bakery here.
Oh, Old Village.
Old Village Bakery.
Yeah. I actually remembered something.
Yeah, Old Village Bakery, and the town is called Conway. So Old Village Bakery in Conway is actually better.
In Hampshire.
It's tiny in comparison. I mean, it's tiny, like you can't even swing a cat in there, like it's tiny.
They said they've been in business 21 or 23 years.
So,
and homemade, oh my gosh, organic rye bread. We almost bought some.
Anyway, so we are here, obviously the van's behind us, we're just parked, and we are heading up this trail. Now, believe it or not, this is actually a road. or it was a road at one point. And somebody has driven up it recently, because I'll show you later on. There's some tracks and stuff that we've come across. But this is where we're heading, and we're hoping to link up with the other trail.
And this is where we slept last night as well.
It's also where we slept last night. Come on, girl. So we're going to head up this trail, and as usual, Sophie's going to lead the way. Right,
You
girl?
said that she stopped.
She stops for her stick. She wants to grab a stick, but she's always leading the way. We don't need a stick. It's a hike, girl. Let's go. All right, off we go.
Josh has been telling me that somebody's been up this road, and I was like, no, I don't think so. But now I see all the marks, so clearly this person made it all the way up.
This was a built road at one point, probably a logging trail, because this little hump here is a runoff, so the road doesn't wash away. It steers the water off the road.
But yeah, now he's like, do you believe me now? I'm like, yeah, a little bit more. Looks like a truck definitely was dry. There's Josh and Sophie. So that trail that we took came to a dead end, came to this road. So we knew it wasn't on Gaia Maps, but looking at, you know, the map, it looked like there were some switchbacks that were going to take us to the trail, but that is not the case. So now we're walking, and I know I sound breathy because I am. Like it's a little bit flatter right now, but up until this point it's been like just a complete ascent, not descent. So we're making our way up to the trailhead to see if we can find the trail that we're looking for, and then we might do some more bushwhacking to get back to where our vehicle is, like we just went through. I mean, we were climbing through bushes and over fallen branches and trees, and now we're on hard pavement. So I'll show you as we go, of course. So we made it to the trailhead.
Wide trail.
It's nice and wide. Oh, and it smells like pine, which is such a nice smell, like Christmas tree smell. I didn't smell pine one time yesterday, so this is very nice. So here we are.
We're hikers. We're going up.
This is almost to the peak. Really pretty. I filmed earlier and I thought we were at the top, but we're not. This is still going. Still going. It's beautiful. Look at all those mountains out there. Okay, so now this is still going. I'm so surprised. I lost Josh and Sophie. Really lagging behind today. Yesterday I was so mentally and physically better. Today, I don't know. It's just, I don't know if this is steeper. I'm just tired from yesterday. But I have been lagging behind. Look, he's way up there. Oh.
far from it. We just come down here because you get a better view going out, and which is nice. But one of the things you'll notice here is my finger, sorry. I caught the drone and caught a propeller on my finger, and it sliced my finger, so I'm just wrapping it so it stops bleeding. It's not bad, but it was just bleeding everywhere.
And it's kind of funny because, like I told you earlier, it's our first time without having backpacks, and we have first aid kits.
Nothing with us, so I'm wrapping it in a tissue. It'll be fine. So we are back in the van. Kelly's just fed Soph and helped me get a Band-Aid on my finger, so no more bloody tissue, just Band-Aid.
Oh.
It was just a little cut, nothing big. It just bled.
It could have been worse.
Because on your finger, you know. So anyway, I was doing what I normally do for first aid, which is I just got a paper towel and put rubbing alcohol all over it, and then just cleaned up the whole finger and the wound and all that. And Kelly was aghast. She's like, "Oh, that's just gonna burn the skin and burn the wound and all that." And I said, whether it does that or not, it kills the germs, and that's what we're looking for. So that's what I do.
You shouldn't really put alcohol on a fresh wound.
You gotta say it louder if you want them to hear it.
You shouldn't really put alcohol on a fresh wound because it does burn and it's harsh on the newly injured skin. It's not something we would do in the hospital.
It kills the germs. That's what I'm worried about. Anyway, is what it is. I did it. It's done. The Band-Aid is on. We're all good.
It was a good hike. We did the road on the way down.
Yes, we met a family at the top, and we walked the whole way down, chatting to them.
Yeah, it was fun.
And so we missed our turnoff to come in the back way. So we got down to the trailhead, and so we had to walk down the road. And it's a narrow road. It's a steep road. There's no shoulder, and we're having to walk on it. And I had Sophie on the leash, but there's a lot of cars come by. It was really, really busy. And it was also quite a workout for the quads coming down like that, because it's super steep.
I felt like it was more of a workout than the hiking. But
Yeah.
today was 3 hours and almost 6 miles. I didn't have my phone on me yesterday to track it. I like to track it. But the trail yesterday said it was going to be like 5.6 miles, but we went off a couple times and it was closer to 4 hours. So I think we definitely got more steps in yesterday.
Yeah. So I'm just... We're in the woods, and so the mosquitoes are just like crazy around here. They're swarming, which is unusual.
Oh, look at that.
Because this morning I walked Sophie at like 6:30 or whatever it was. She got me up this morning. There were no mosquitoes. And then, as the days progressed, they've just gotten worse. They're everywhere. So
Look at the side. Is that a mosquito?
no, it's not. It's
Looks like
it's a tiny wasp. So we're going to clear the van of all the insects and figure out what we're doing next. So we're at this little farm stand, and Kelly's just going back in. We just got a bunch of stuff, and Kelly's going back in because she forgot some basil, so she's going in to get some. And I think we're going to have ourselves a nice vegetable-filled dinner.
My friend was talking to me today about making a salad, a cucumber, tomato, onion salad. And you know that breakfast we had today, scones and chocolate chip cookies and the sandwich. So I don't know. We do enjoy our share of healthy eating. So I was so in the mood. So I Googled a place, and it was a local farm. The farm is right here in Conway, which is, we're still in New Hampshire. And it's called Grandview Farm. And the lady that owns the farm, was working there. So let me show you what I got. So I got these button squash. So I'm going to saute them with these amazing looking asparagus, tomatoes. They didn't have cucumbers, so sadly I have to stop at the grocery store and get a cucumber. But these tomatoes just look so good. And this basil, I opened this up. These are the nicest, freshest looking basils I've ever seen. Hold on, I don't think I can do this with one hand. I opened it and was just looking at one and smelling it. Josh is like, I can smell it up here. I mean, they're huge leaves. And And they're just like dry and fresh looking. Look at that. Yum.
All right, Kelly is preparing all the veggies that we got. There's a cucumber, and in here she's got some basil. We've got tomatoes and button squash there in the sink. And then let me show you what we're doing out here, because I don't like fried food in the van. Well, I don't like food frying in the van. I don't like that oil all through the air, because it gets into everything and it doesn't come out. So we like to cook things outside that we're frying up, which we're going to be frying these things in butter, so we're cooking them outside. So this is our setup. We've got the Jackery out here, just got a bin from the back, and we've got the induction cooktop out here on it. We don't have a table. Some people in the past have asked us about that. We haven't really needed one. We don't really sit outside too much to eat. We'll sit inside. We do cook out there, and just pulling a bin out like this seems to be no trouble. Now at the moment, the Jackery's got, let me see, like 82%. Don't know if you can see that on there. Let me see if I can get that down so you can see it. There we are. It's got 82% power, and we'll see what it's like at the end, but my guess is it's going to use like 10, maximum 15%. Depends on how much we cook, but that's it. And while we're doing that, Sopha's out here, who's just finished her dinner, and she's out here rolling and stuff. Hopefully just grass and not poison ivy. But yeah, that's our setup currently. So here's our finished product. Some asparagus and squash, looks lovely. And then down here, a little bit of that salad that Kelly was making. This looks lovely, Kelly.
Oh, thank you. Did you show him the caprese?
Oh, sorry. We also have a caprese salad over here. Yum, yum. We're eating well tonight. So, we've had a little bit of a development. As we were coming up the hill to our spot here, the guy behind us pulled in after we pulled in here, and he said, I think you've got an issue with one of your tires. And I checked, and he was right. Let me show you. All right, I don't know how well you can see that. If I do this angle, you can see that tire down there in the bottom, on the inside, has got a very big bubble. A bulge, I think is the official term for it, but it's bubbled out. And that's not good. That is definitely not good. So we've been umming and ahhing, and I've been looking at places and what can we do and how we do it. And I think our best bet is to try and nurse this home tomorrow. So it's about 10 hours on the road, probably take us at least 12 hours with stops to get home. And I'm a little bit nervous about the tire because, that could blow and that could be disastrous. But at the same time, I don't know how long I've been driving on it already. All the information I've read, sorry, there's a loud motorcycle going by there. I don't know if you can see them. Causing quite a racket. Anyway, all the information I read said that a bulge usually happens from an impact with like a big pothole or something. And the biggest potholes that we have come across actually were in New York, coming through New York. So the roads there are awful. Anyway, so I don't know how long we've actually been driving on it. It could have been since we actually came up through New York. It could have been something recent. I just don't know. And the issue is we can't just change out, because our spare tire is the factory spare, and we have gotten new tires that are now different dimensions in every way than the factory spare. And that means if we put the factory spare on there, all the handling characteristics and everything of the van changes dramatically, and it's not a good thing. So I will put it on there in an emergency if we have to, but we're going to try and limp home tomorrow with what we've got on there, and hopefully we'll not have a blowout. So yeah, big change of plans.
Well, good morning. We're all packed up, got fuel, and we're on our way back to Delaware.
A week earlier than we had anticipated, but with this tire issue, I've got no idea how that bulge is going to react to anything, and I don't know how long it's been there. So we have decided our best bet is to drive back to Delaware and get it done there. We could probably get it done here, but it's going to take a little while to be able to get into a place
for them to get the tire in, all that kind of thing. And while that's being done, we can't really drive anywhere. And also while it's being done, we'd have to be in a hotel. So, you're adding $300-400 onto that plus the tax. So it's it's probably about a $500 difference to get it done here than it is to get it done in Delaware. So we're going back to Delaware. That's kind of a no-brainer. We're just hoping we can make it that far. So I have programmed the GPS for a slightly longer route, but we're avoiding New York City and environs completely, and that will hopefully take us away from all the, not that traffic, but those rough roads that are through there, because those roads are rough. And that probably, is in all likelihood the place where we developed the bulge was hitting some of those huge potholes at speed on those roads. They were awful. So we're avoiding those, and hopefully we're gonna have a. So we've stopped to get a little breakfast at a little scenic viewpoint, which is interesting because the scenic viewpoint, we're down in a valley, but the reason it's a scenic viewpoint is because I think it's looking out here at Mount Washington, which I think is the highest mountain in this area and probably in all of New England. The top of it actually is in a cloud at the moment, but it also has the distinction of recording the lowest temperature ever recorded on Earth. Evidently they get really, really, really high winds up there all the time. The other day when we were hiking, 2 days ago when we were hiking, the high for us was 72. It was 23 degrees on the top of Mount Washington. This is July. So it's a very, very cold place up there, and I think the wind is a significant part of that. So I think this scenic lookout is looking at Mount Washington, so I'm going to show you that. Okay, so that mountain straight out here, right there in cloud, is Mount Washington, and everything else around. I mean, it's high mountain, not super high, but it's certainly a high mountain for this area. But the fact that it's in cloud, nothing else is in cloud, kind of, I guess, indicates it's creating its own little weather system up there, especially with the high winds. So yeah, Mount Washington.
Narrow bridge, and something scraped the top of the, and now these people, oh gosh.
That was close.
Oh my. Bridge. It's like,
This is where
Welcome to Pennsylvania.
This is where Washington crossed the Delaware.
right here?
Yeah.
On this bridge?
Well, not this bridge, you crossed on a
In
boat.
600 feet, turn left onto Pennsylvania 32 South.
We just crossed over from New Jersey to
We're gonna hit our
Pennsylvania.
antenna
Oh, gosh.
again.
The thing coming down, our antenna's hitting it, but it's not hitting the Starlink thing.
Welcome to Delaware.
So we're very happy to report we made it home very safely.
What for you guys was just, a matter of seconds, was for us a 12-hour trip.
13 hours.
But, yeah, we stopped and all that.
Yeah,
But we're back, and it means I get to go in tomorrow morning first thing to the car shop and ask about tires and how soon they can do it and all that kind of thing. So it's going to be a busy week for us with all of that. But we've had a very good weekend.
Yeah, it was good. It was so nice having an extra day off and now get back to work. I set up at my son's place, so I'm gonna work there tomorrow, and then hopefully they'll be able to get the van fixed.
Yeah, we'll see what the week takes us as we do it, because there's so much up in the air at the moment. So we get in there tomorrow and can find out when they can do the tires and all that. Everything else is kind of still up in the air. Sophie's had a big weekend. And she had a very big day as a passenger princess today. She's tired. So.
She finally, her stools are finally almost formed today, and we just finished the 5 days of rice, and we added her regular food, and she ate that no problem. So
she seems to be on the mend. She's not 100% yet. We're still, keeping an eye on her and working things through, but for the most part, she's good. She's had a pretty adventurous weekend, a lot of walking and all that. And she's handled it okay, and she's managed everything okay. So yeah, I think she's pretty
pooped
good.
out. She's been tired.
She's tired. But that's good. A tired dog is a good dog. We
Yeah.
like that.
We're so happy she's better.
Yes, and thank you to all those who have inquired about her health. She is doing much better, and thank you for your interest. And hopefully she'll be, in perfect health by next week. I mean, she's probably by 95% there, I would say, at this point anyway. So, yeah. But
Thank you for watching.
thanks for watching. And next week, of course, is new and interesting stuff. We've got something on the agenda for next week that we've never done before. Something new and different. So, stay tuned for that. But until then, we'll see you out there.
See you out there.